What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. So Uncharted The Lost Legacy is of course fast approaching. It's pretty much 3 months away until the release of the game. At the same time, E3 is coming up in a month from now as well, so we're undoubtedly gonna hear more there. But yeah, like I said, you know, the moment is getting already pretty close, I have to say. And so what Naughty Dog did a few days ago is they released sort of like a FAQ, I guess, kind of thing on their website, where they answered, you know, pretty much like 20 of the most asked questions right now. Some of it is a little like, you know, we already knew about it. Of course, we are the hardcore Uncharted fans, we already know so much about this game. At the same time, I still see a lot of people asking online, like, what exactly is The Lost Legacy? Is it DLC for Uncharted 4? Is it like a standalone game? How should I treat this right? So many people are still confused about that, and that's kind of, I guess, what the FAQ was for mostly. At the same time, we did get quite some interesting information, and I just wanted to kind of read some of what to me was the most interesting questions, the answers for it as well, of course, at the same time, and then discuss my opinion on them, right? So that's what this video is going to be. Like I said, the first question Naughty Dog immediately answered is the one that most people are still asking right now, and then we're really talking about sort of like the casual fans that are not going to be looking up too much stuff, is like, you know, isn't this just DLC for Uncharted 4? And what the answer to that is no. Uncharted The Lost Legacy is a true Uncharted experience that features its own standalone story, cast of characters, blockbuster set pieces, and distinctive gameplay. Like Uncharted 4 Thieves End, it will be available as a full digital and physical retail release, and you don't need Uncharted 4 to be able to play it. As I said, we already pretty much knew this, right? And we also know that it started out as an Uncharted 4, you know, DLC that they were planning to do at first, but then this is what the story became, and they realized that it needed to be its own separate thing, right? So practically, Naughty Dog treats it like a separate Uncharted game, and that's what this is going to be. So yeah, to me that's really exciting, right? So, but like I said, we kind of knew this. The first really interesting question to me is, will there be new trophies for Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and will it have a Platinum trophy? And what they answer to this is yes, Uncharted The Lost Legacy will have its own collection of PlayStation trophies, including its own Platinum trophy. Makes me very happy to hear, of course. I'm quite a big trophy guy, and I've gotten all the Platinums for all the Uncharted games, you know, that have come out, pretty much, like from the remasters to Golden Abyss to Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4, obviously, as well. So this makes me, you know, very happy to hear. I would say it's probably going to be a bit easier than the Uncharted 4 Platinum, because The Lost Legacy is gonna be a shorter game, of course, so that seems, yeah, pretty obvious to me. I hope this time that, like, and I assume the hardest trophy really will be, you know, the crushing one, seeing as this is all gonna be single player stuff for the most part. Yeah, I hope that this time with the crushing trophy, for example, they're not gonna kind of like allow you to cheat your way through. Like in Uncharted 4, you could pretty much put like all the cheats on, from infinite ammo to the lock-on aim to whatever you wanted, beat the game on crushing, but then there's no real challenge in that, and so it made me a little sad to see that, like, you know, it's something that some people take quite some pride in, right? The fact that they can beat a game like Uncharted 4 on crushing, which was quite difficult at certain parts, but then that, you know, some other people have the trophy too, that it's really not that rare of a trophy at all, simply because they were able to cheat their way through completely, and it just, you know, kind of loses its meaning that way, right? So I simply hope that that's kind of what they're gonna do with this one, but nonetheless, I look forward to getting the Platinum trophy, you know, for sure. The next one, and this is also one I guess that we sort of knew about already. Will The Lost Legacy have multiplayer? And what they say to this is, Uncharted The Lost Legacy includes access to Uncharted 4's complete suite of multiplayer content, including competitive multiplayer, cooperative survival mode, and all of the DLC updates that were released since Uncharted 4 launched. And of course, PlayStation Plus membership is required for online play. It's going to have the same player base, the same statistics, your profile carries over completely, and all the DLC you bought, you know, the weapons and the perks and whatever, the Uncharted coins that you've spent, or what are they called? Uncharted points, I guess? Anyway, but whatever you spend pretty much on the multiplayer, it's all going to carry over. What they practically did is they copy-pasted the Uncharted 4 multiplayer over for The Lost Legacy, which I guess is mainly like a very cool thing for people that have not bought Uncharted 4, that are buying The Lost Legacy as its separate thing for the first time, maybe, or something like that, and that will therefore also be able to play Uncharted 4 multiplayer. I think it's gonna be good, because it will make that multiplayer simply a little more active again. It will give it a sort of boost. At the same time, I do hope, and I've already shared this idea in like a previous video, that Naughty Dog is going to be adding like maybe 2, 3, 4 maps that are purely based on The Lost Legacy, because it would be a little weird, you know, that you buy The Lost Legacy and then it's only gonna have have Uncharted 4 multiplayer with Uncharted 4 maps, right? So I would hope that they simply add, yeah, some really cool thematic Lost Legacy maps, because the environments and the locations so far, what we've seen in the concept art, looks absolutely awesome. So I can't wait to see what a multiplayer map like that would look like. And it also gives some more incentive for people who have been playing the multiplayer already to keep on playing, right? So yeah, that's gonna be awesome to see. So this next question is asked by a lot of people, that more like the hardcore fans, I guess, of Uncharted, that have already bought the special editions or the triple pack and explorer pack incentives that they had, or the Uncharted 4 Digital Deluxe Edition, which they said from the beginning, before Uncharted 4 came out, that that would include access to Uncharted The Lost Legacy, or to the single player DLC content, whatever would come out, right? And so a lot of people have been asking, well, now that the pre-order bonus for The Lost Legacy is that you get access to Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy, or to like this pre-order theme for The Lost Legacy, will I get access to this as well? And what they answered is that Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy for PS4, is only available to those who pre-order Uncharted The Lost Legacy. It is not going to be available to Digital Deluxe, Triple Pack, or Explorers Pack owners, and at the same time, you also won't get access to the pre-order theme. I think, you know, it's understandable that you're not going to get access to Jak and Daxter, because this is the thing, the Triple Pack, I think, or the Explorers Pack, these things were very cheap, practically, right? Like, they costed maybe 10, 15, or 20 bucks, something like that. The Lost Legacy is going to be 40 bucks. They only realized later that they were going to charge a lot more for that, yeah, extra game or DLC that it was at the time, right? So, we already got it for much cheaper, so it's understandable that they're not going to give us Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy, you know, with it as well, because then, you know, we're just paying for, we're paying so little for two awesome games, right? At the same time, though, the pre-order theme is not available separately, so people who are pretty much like the most hardcore Uncharted fans that have already bought these things or pre-ordered these things like way in advance, back when Uncharted 4 came out, are now not able to get the theme for The Lost Legacy. So I simply hope that they release it separately and make us able to, you know, buy it for a couple bucks, because, yeah, a lot of people simply want that PS4 theme, right? So I'd say they definitely need to release this thing separately. Two more questions. One is, will Uncharted The Lost Legacy have a photo mode? And they say The Lost Legacy will launch with the same photo mode features found in Uncharted 4. So no doubt that a lot of people are going to be, you know, going all ham on that pretty much, and making the most awesome, you know, screenshots and yeah, certain pictures of awesome locations that we're going to see in the game, no doubt. I already know, you know, my girlfriend Roberta really likes the setting for the game, the fact that it's going to India and stuff. So she's going to absolutely, you know, use the hell out of photo mode for The Lost Legacy, no doubt. So the last question is, will Uncharted The Lost Legacy support the PlayStation 4 Pro? I was kind of hoping that, well, Uncharted 4 already did. It, of course, you know, like, PS4 Pro came out later, so they kind of patched it in. I hope that they were gonna have a little bit more support for it, maybe. I don't know if that meant upping the frame rate or simply, you know, getting some more graphical features in there, but sadly, it's not ready to, or looking to really support it that well, or much better than Uncharted 4. It says, The Lost Legacy will be enhanced for the PlayStation 4 Pro, including support for high dynamic range, aka HDR of course, and dynamic 4K gaming. Now, dynamic 4K gaming, I don't know what they mean by that, because basically Uncharted 4 was 1440p. I'm pretty sure that's what The Lost Legacy will be too. They call it dynamic because it's upscaled, but they spin it in this way where dynamic 4K gaming sounds awesome, but it's actually worse than actual 4K gaming, you know what I mean? So yeah, kind of a stupid thing, you know, but at the same time, yeah, it's a little disappointing that they're not going to support the Pro, you know, more than that for the people that did buy one, like me myself, but at the same time, it's understandable, and the game is no doubt going to look amazing nonetheless, right? So with that being said, these were some of the most important and interesting questions to me that I wanted to go over in this video, so let me know how you feel about it, pretty much, how you feel about all the things discussed in this video, and let me know how hyped you are for The Lost Legacy, of course. And then with that being said, please go check out the new My Opinion Sucks, which I released 2 days ago. Put a lot of effort into it. I think it turned out to be an awesome video about my thoughts on EA right now, so definitely go check that out. And then with that being said, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.